Ahaggar Mountains. In the depths of the Sahara there is a land whose landscapes, legends and people may have inspired the stories of the 1001 Nights. In the Sahara, at least when the sun is high in the sky, there is no horizon line, but only a milky haze whose edges. It might as well be close or far away. Traveling south, however, from the Insula oasis towards the center of the Great Desert, you gradually become conscious of a vague intensification of opacity, a negation that extends far from all around. Little by little, this opacification turns into the high and almost endless mass of rock that forms the last basin of the Ahaggar Massif. From Algeria. Amazing even among the many exceptional sights of Africa, Ahaggar is a huge island, about the size of France, lost in the Saharan sand ocean. Bordered on three sides by threatening rocks, towards the west the massif is gradually lost in Tainsraft, the thirsty land in which, in the past, the traveler lost by his caravan would only have wished to die sooner. Although it is considered a mountain range, Ahaggar, also called Ahaggar, is a high granitic plateau. In its heart, in the Ahaggar region, rivers of lava have covered the granite with a bed of 180 meters of cracked and rough basalt like an enormous piece of slag. From its middle rises up to 3,000 meters a fantastic ensemble of towers, spurs and slabs made of phonolite, another volcanic rock. Cooling down. This broke into long, prismatic shapes, similar to the pipes of an organ, although some rather resemble intense bunches of rats, sitting on their feet. In an area of approximately 777 square kilometers in Ahaggar, there are over 300 such monoliths that give unexpected shapes to an already bizarre landscape. Tuaregs, population. Nomads living in Ahaggar for at least 2,000 years, they called this place Asakrum. The end of the world. Vegetation is completely absent between the mountains, and in the entire Ahaggar Massif the flora is poorly represented. The rains are sporadic and short, but here and there, in steep canyons. Prevents evaporation, the water collects in oases that support several plants and provide coolness. Although very few, the oases are extremely important for the Tuaregs and their herds. People of the Vales. The Tuaregs of Ahaggar are a fascinating population. Tall, white-skinned, starting from the age of puberty men wear veils according to some to ward off spirits bad to enter their body through the mouth. They all have swords, long daggers and antelope skin shields. According to some authorities in the field, the Tuaregs are the descendants of the mysterious leaders, of which they came from Libya around the year 1000 before Christ, who appear in the rock paintings in Tassili. Their name, Tuareg, means in Arabic, forsaken by God, because they converted late to Islam and still present some deviations from the letter of the Muslim religion. The women. They do not wear veils and have a strong influence in family affairs, which are usually monogamous. Until the end of the 19th century, the Tuaregs of Ahaggar, settled in the oases of Tamanrasset and Insula, controlled most of the desert and traded in ivory, gold and slaves, supplementing his income from the fees for the protection of the caravans. In 1881, fearing that this way of life would be threatened by the plans of the French to build a trans-Saharan railway, the Tuareg massacred almost the entire expedition sent for route recognition. Although the French expedition had been poorly organized and led, having only medieval weapons, the fury of the Tuareg attack and their sinister appearance created, in the eyes of the French, a reputation for invincibility. The Tuareg strongly impressed the French, who attributed to them a lot of legends that the Tuareg had never heard of. The most exciting is the one related in the novel Atlantis, written by Pierre Benoit in 1919. The book tells about Antonia, a beautiful queen of Atlantis who lives in a castle in the Ahaggar Mountains, where she seduces and kills young officers of the French army. In 1925, archaeologists announced that they had discovered the skeleton of a woman who had been buried with royal honors. The press immediately identified her with Antonia. The result was electrifying. The French officers dug the mountains in search of other evidence, and even the great explorer Henri Lot let himself be caught up in the frenzy of the legend. In 1928, in an isolated cave, he discovered a cave painting that represents a woman with white painted sands and claimed that she is Antonia, the siren of the legendary Ahaggar.